Freedom March with Rodney Munker. Up next on ILTV.
The thoughts, views, and comments expressed by Rodney Munker, his guests, callers, and advisors on Freedom March are not necessarily those of management, ownership, or production unit of ILS or the Verizon Media Group. Freedom March is a product of ILTV Studios and cannot be reproduced or represented, in part or entirety, without express written consent of the Verizon Media Group. Freedom March is the intellectual property of the Verizon Media Group. Copyright 2024. All rights are reserved.
Marijuana is a dangerous drug.
The Queen is dead. God save the King.
There can never be rape in marriage. BMW sound like bad mad wagon. Not only am I saved, I'm saved and sanctified. The revolution is alive, and we must continue to document it.
Freedom!
Hi, from the ILTV studios located here at University Drive, welcome to Freedom March. My name is Rodney Munker. I'm a Justice of the Peace here in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. I'm also a member of the local Catholic Christian community. Today is Wednesday, the 18th day of December in the year of our Lord 2024. It is an honor to welcome each and every one of you 7 days before Christmas. Bradley Rule is my spiritual advisor. Well, there were hundreds, perhaps thousands of Bahamians who wanted a black president. They wanted a woman president. Well, there's a powerful compromise. President Donald Trump has agreed. You won't get a black president. He wouldn't get a woman president. He's going to send us a Negro president. Lord, I thank you for President Donald Trump.
Negro president or ambassador?
Ambassador. I thank you for President Donald Trump, who understands the mentality of the majority of us. And he's sending us an Afro-American ambassador. So it's a wonderful day in the Bahamas. But I will tell President Trump, I'm very disappointed. I did not want an African American as an ambassador. Mm-hmm. So, who knows?
You want a white man?
As the Spirit moves me, I may tell you what and who I wanted as the ambassador of the Bahamas. And then, of course, 7 days before Christmas, there are major controversy taking place. It's secret. But I want law enforcement officers to know there can be no secret in this country, because the government of the United States is listening to everything that we are doing. And I therefore demand that the material be returned. All right? I don't want no more controversy. The material must be returned, or there must be proper accounting. There's no secret that can be done in the country, and the Americans are aware, and then I don't spiritually become aware. It's a wonderful day in the Bahamas. I think today is my first cousin's birthday, Dr. Nigel Lewis. I think it's his birthday. Well, if it isn't today, it's tomorrow. If you see Dr. Nigel Lewis, tell him I wish him a happy, happy birthday today and tomorrow and the day thereafter. So it's going to be a wonderful day as we look at a case that took place in the Supreme Court involving an adoption, and the fact that the Attorney General was opposed to the adoption because he felt it was being done principally for citizenship. Perhaps we look at it because if I do adopt a baby, certainly the baby must take on my citizenship. This is Freedom March. God save the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. God save the King. The Americans is aware. Y'all stop this scandal, okay? Stop it. It's wrong. God save the King. I'll be right back after the break. Hold on, everybody.
Freedom March with Rodney Monker will be right back after this.
This whole idea of taking swimming lessons to the Bahamian public was something that we thought was a great idea, so we started Let's Swim Bahamas.
I've always been a learn to swim coach and a life-saving coach, and so this is now my turn to kind of really see learn to swim being developed.
Although we ran swift swimming for some 30 years and we offered Let's Swim lessons, we knew we were only touching a small percentage of the Bahamian public.
I enjoy the children and how happy and excited and joyful they are. I mean, some of them come from maybe hard homes. They maybe they're bullied at school. Who knows what they have? But when they come here, it's a very positive thing for them.
At the end of the day, more kids will be fulfilled, more kids will have a life-saving skill, and more kids will stay away from crime.
Crime-free.
Looks like me.
Do your part. Join the movement to a safer Bahamas.
This is Freedom March with Rodney Monker.
Welcome back to Freedom March. My name is Rodney Monker. Something mysterious is happening in the Bahamas. And as I approach Christmas, I cannot take scandal. I call on law enforcement officers and law enforcement agents all over the Bahamas to return to the barracks and to act lawfully. All right? I want you to know it. Let me warn you all one more time as Christmas is approaching. There can be no secret. Anything that we speak can be no secret. What's going on? All right? So I want you to be aware of that because something is happening and it's secret. But by grab, it's not secret to the Americans. In order to hide intelligence from the Americans, you have to speak in an unusual code. Okay? Today, perhaps I shall introduce you to how to speak skibo, skibi, skibi, skibo, skibo, ski, skibe. And the Americans wouldn't be able to, they wouldn't be able to get through that. But if you're not talking like that, take it from me. The Americans got us, okay? So today we are going to talk. I call on young people. We will talk skibo, skibi, skibi, skibo, skibi, skibi, skiba. So I'll go now to my spiritual advisor, who will speak in a
English,
heavenly language,
absolutely spiritual,
that everybody will be able to understand. Bradley?
Thank you so much, Sandra. Good to be here. Thank you so much. The book of Micah, chapter 5, verse number 2. This is an Old Testament prophecy concerning Jesus Christ coming to Israel and his origins. In Micah, chapter 5, verse number 2, it says, "But thou, Bethlehem, Ephrathah, though thou be little among the thousands of Judah, yet out of thee shall he come forth unto me, and that is to be ruler in Israel, whose going forth have been from old, from everlasting." Micah chapter 5, verse number 2. It's an Old Testament prophecy concerning Jesus Christ. And of course, it says that Jesus Christ came from everlasting. So to my JW friends, this is a passage you need to soak in. Jesus Christ does not have a beginning, nor does he have an end. Jesus Christ is eternal. Whose goings forth have been from of old. Jesus came from everlasting. You cannot measure everlasting. Everlasting is in fact everlasting. Micah chapter 5, verse number 2. I read from the King James Version. The word of God is forever and ever blessed. Thank you so much, producer. All right, back to you, Sander.
I thank you, my spiritual advisor. Well, folks, let me welcome you to Freedom March once again. And as you are aware, today, what is today's date, my spiritual?
Today's the 18th.
Today is the 18th, so there are 7 more days before the Christian world celebrate Christmas. On the island of Grand Bahama, there are many police reservists who are extremely upset, and they have alleged that they will not be able to have a good Christmas this year because, notwithstanding the fact that they have put in 150 hours, many of them have not been paid in 2 months, perhaps 3 months, and they are being told that they will not receive any Christmas payment until the new budget of 2025. That, of course, is sufficient to make any law enforcement officer to sin, to curse, and to carry on. Something has to be wrong. That the incoming female commissioner of police is stationed on the island of Grand Bahama, and as she marched towards the capital to become the new commissioner of police, She's not been able to put a strong case to the government, to the Ministry of National Security, to the minister responsible for national security to pay the police reservists their payment. I want the government to know it's Christmas time. And as is the tradition, this is the time that we party. This is the time that we celebrate the birth of Jesus Christ, and we do it in a very luxurious manner. Everybody needs their own little turkey, their little ham, buy gifts for the children, and for many, maybe travel to a family island, maybe go to Miami for shopping. Although I would advise them not to go to Miami to shop because there's a big strike taking place, and apparently Bahamasair, they decided they will catch us 7 days before Christmas and just close down everything. And many Bahamians, I'm advised, I don't know, because I don't go to Miami, and therefore Bahamasair wouldn't be able to catch me. Many Bahamians are trapped at the airport, and they've been trapping them from like people starting from the age of 86. They've not been able to get on Bahamasair either to go to the States or to come to Nassau. But the point that I make is something is fundamentally wrong, that the police reservists, and I'm talking specifically on the island of Grand Bahama, has not been paid, to the extent that one of the police reservists' wife is going contrary. She's rowing, she's cussing, she wants to know why he thinks he has to be a policeman when he can't get paid. And she want to know who can take care of her and them children. So it's a scandal, and I would want to hope that between the outgoing commissioner, that's Clayton Fernanda, a man, the incoming commissioner, that is, what is the incoming commissioner name, my spiritual advisor?
The in charge of the Northern Service, Shanta Knowles.
Miss Shanta Knowles, who will become our first woman commissioner. Now, if she's going to become commissioner and people ain't getting paid yet, Lord help us when she becomes commissioner. I think we should celebrate her womanhood. We should celebrate her elevation as the first female commissioner of police by ensuring that her staff, these are her staff, these are the people who work under her, they're paid. Now certainly if we don't pay them police reservists, certainly Shanta Knowles should really pray over this position. I thought I would say it because I'm very concerned over the fact that there are too many officers on the island of Grand Bahama who does not have any Christmas money. And that is always dangerous when law enforcement officers who have guns, working hard, not being paid. And it's Christmas time. I thought I should say it for what it's worth, my spiritual advisor.
So it's the Royal Bahamas Police Force, right?
Yes.
And the Defense Force as well. Somebody just sent me a text. I don't know. It seems as if most of these government agencies, I don't understand this.
Well, we're talking about the
they're never paid. Royal Bahamas Defense Force reservists as well. No pay from July. Tell the leader them and Shanta Knowles, the Marines are mad as hell. No pay from July? Oh, the reservists. Okay, Royal Bahamas Defense Force and the Royal Bahamas Police Force. So they have reserve Defense Force officers as well?
Well,
oh, I didn't know that.
The law makes provision for it.
Okay, okay.
Now, why is it dangerous not to pay law enforcement officers?
You open them to corruption. That's why we have so much corruption now. They need to...
It becomes very dangerous because the Americans, and I do not speak for them, I'm speaking about them. I do not speak for the Americans, for I am a sovereign Bahamian. They have picked up some powerful intelligence, and I have been very disturbed since I discovered that the Americans pick it up. I said to my intelligence officer, the American knows? They say, yeah, the American knows. I say, how the American knows? They said, the American knows everything. They listen to what we say. So there's a new scandal emerging. I want the scandal to stop, and we can stop the scandal by first ensuring that we comply with the law and pay our law enforcement officers. Now, once we are paying them with regularity and they go contrary to the law, then we can whip them in line. I do not want a law enforcement officer on the day that he's being sentenced to prison. He gets up and he say, my lord, my lady, that's one of the judges of the Supreme Court, I've done it because I was desperate. They didn't pay me, so I was forced to break the law. It's not a good excuse, but it is an excuse. So we need to make sure that they are paid, because the Americans are listening to our conversation. If the Spirit moves me, I will tell you a piece of intelligence that the Americans have picked up. And they have picked up this intelligence according to the intelligence I'm receiving over the last 2, 3, or 4 days. Man, I row this morning when I was told that. I said, you mean to tell me y'all knew the Americans gathered that intelligence and y'all didn't tell me? You must tell me. I'd like to know everything that the Americans know about us, so I could see if the Americans really know it. So today I've been teaching a young man how to send me intelligence in skibo, skibi, skibi, skibo, skabo. So whenever you're sending me any intelligence, the Americans cannot crack this one yet, okay? So you will address me as skibo, skibi, skibi, skibo, skibi, skibi, skibo. Skobo, skibo, skibi, skibo, skibi, skibi, skibo. Let the Americans break that. So that is what is happening. Something has happened. I want it to stop. I call on police officers to obey the Constitution. I call on Defense Force officers to obey the Constitution and to obey the law and to make us proud. Remember, all of our corruptions, the American knows. They know. And it's only a matter of time, depending on how we export it, they will arrest us, because they have us figured out. Okay? They do. I'm going to leave it for the time being, and if the Spirit moves me, I will crack the code. Okay? But for the day, for those of you who can talk like this, America, skibo, skibe, skibo, Bahamas, skiba, skibe, skibo, skibe, skibi, skibo, skaba, skibe, skibo. My spiritual advisor, did you pick up?
That's why you're in rhyme school or something like that.
Did you pick up?
That's how it sounded to me. No. I didn't pick a thing up. So what is missing at the headquarters of the police force?
Skibo, 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 skibo,
What is missing?
Skibo. You stop it. There's nothing missing at the police headquarters.
You sure?
Okay. Yeah. So, folks, we leave that for the time being. And it's my hope and prayer that Minister Wayne Monroe will make sure that the police reservists all over the Bahamas receive their Christmas pay. It's powerful. So, any comments?
No comments.
Okay.
You said it all.
What time is it now?
We got like about 2 minutes before we go to break.
Really? It's only 2 more minutes?
Before we go to the break, yeah.
Okay. Well, there's some other interesting news taking place in the country. You would recall that there has been this report of a Negro man attacking a Negro woman, and the investigation is going on in such a way that members of the media, it's so amazing, they want to know if this madman who broke the woman 2 foot, if he knows her. Can you imagine? That the most important thing that the media wants to know, and this stay up and down, they want to know, does he know the woman whose 2 leg he's broken and bust her in her face? Now, suppose he does know her. Are you willing to be more understanding? What if he does not know her? Does it matter? I mean, if you break a woman 2 foot, 2 legs, is it really important whether or not? I don't know. But it's a major story all over the island, the media up and down. They're trying to reach the commissioner of police, they're trying to reach the deputy. They want to know, how is the commissioner of police going to know if that crazy man knew the woman? And does it change the charges? If you break a woman's leg that you know, do you go to jail longer? I don't know.
So does he have a mental problem?
I'm not surprised. Most of us.
Have they found him as yet though? They should be able to find him.
Most of us are crazy, and the rest of us know how to play crazy.
Mental health challenges is a serious problem in this country. The government needs to find a way to arrest it before people, well, no, I mean, it's already happened, before it gets any worse.
What would be some of your recommendations, taking into consideration that there is an abuse of dangerous drugs?
It's an abuse of dangerous drugs, but here's the bad part to this. And when you go to the place for treatment, it makes you worse. So now we need to figure out which one of the drugs to use.
My spiritual advice is you stop it. I used to wake at silence, and everybody could see I'm a better citizen for waking on the crazy hill. This is Freedom March. God save the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. God save the King. 7 more days, and then it's turkey time. Hold on, everybody. We'll be right back after the break. It's powerful today.
The thoughts, views, and comments expressed by Rodney Munker, his guests, and callers on Freedom March are not necessarily those of the management, ownership, or production unit of the Verizon Media Group. Freedom March is a production of ILTV and cannot be reproduced or represented in part or entirety without express written consent of the Verizon Media Group. Freedom March is the intellectual property of the Verizon Media Group. Copyright 2020. All rights are reserved.
The Monker, are you paying bills? Or you want
Producer, we're gonna have to correct our screen first. It's off. All right,
Okay.
so let's go ahead.
All right.
Go ahead.
Well, folks, you must have heard the news that Bahamasair is on strike. I don't know why Bahamasair, who's on strike, is shocked over it. Certainly, Bahamasair ought to have known that this is the best time for strike.
No. This is the time to make money, Sandra.
My spiritual...
Why would the national airline of the Bahamas be on strike during a busy time of the year? Or are they doing this to get some attention?
Who do you think...
Or get results?
Who do you think is on strike?
The staff.
Right.
I think they're complaining about equipment, though.
Okay.
I think the fleet has some issues. Or
Okay. Well,
3 planes down?
well, it's more than the planes. They have about 3 planes down, yeah. But essentially, Bahamasair has been a bad partner, starting off first with members of the public. We have a man who hails from Andres. He was blessed where Dr. Michael Davile, the Minister of Health, and his team was successful in arranging for him to go to Cuba to have his eye operation. Then, on his return to the capital, Bahamasair left all of his clothes in Cuba. Notwithstanding that I connected that elderly Androsian to his member of parliament, Leon Lundy, and notwithstanding that Leon Lundy, a minister in the government, did everything in his power to get Bahamasair to connect with the senior citizen. Do you know Bahamasair has not connected with the senior citizen? And so there he is frustrated over the fact that he cannot believe that the man he voted for, Leo Lundy, advised him that Bahamasair will make contact with him and they're ducking him. So they start off not having a good relationship with members of the public. They even don't want to return your money. So that's one poor managerial skill. The next thing is their staff. Notwithstanding that there has been an amendment to allow pilots to work perhaps until they are 65, if I have my information correct. I don't have the judgment in my presence. Bahamasair has been very insensitive. They've not shown kindness, and therefore the staff quietly plotted that they will fix them for Christmas. Now Bahamians are trapped on the island of New Providence trying to get to Florida. And Bahamians are trapped in Florida trying to get home before Christmas because they already went to Miami. They've already done their shopping. And now they need to come home and celebrate. But Bahamasair has been so insensitive. So the staff has struck. And they have one Negro who's in charge of Bahamas Air. The last report I heard from him, he demanded that the staff immediately return to work, and everybody sucked their teeth, and who didn't suck their teeth cursed. So there's a major strike going on. It's cancer. Now, I was listening to a debate among young journalists. These are young people. The oldest of them might be 22. I have a shoes that is older than him. And as I stood there listening to them debate, they were complaining how the staff is wrong because this is Christmas. And they should have strike in August. I listened to that journalist, very intelligent, very articulate, but slightly he's inexperienced. Why strike in August? Huh? This is the time to strike. You strike now, everybody's into Christmas, people then go on to Florida, then shop, and all them nice bag of stuff. They will not feel like they own it until they fly in to the Bahamas with their shopping. So that is what is going on, and now Bahamas Air is in a state of confusion. So let us see what are the latest on the updates. My spiritual advisor, would you kindly read the updates for me right here so that we can see what is the update on Bahamas Air?
Yeah. They have canceled flights due to a sickout. Bahamas Air has canceled all flights, all afternoon flights scheduled for December the 18th, 2024 due to ongoing industrial action by the airport. Airline and Allied Workers Union, in a statement, the airline assured passengers that its team is working diligently to assist with rebooking and provide regular updates as soon as possible. Affected customers are encouraged to contact Bahamas Air's reservations department at 242-702-4140 or via email at reservations@bahamasair.com. More than a dozen flights have been canceled today as the staff sickle continues to disrupt Bahamas Air operations, with 75% of its flight attendants refusing to report for duty. Bahamas Air Managing Director Tracy Cooper labeled the action illegal during a press conference this morning and urged employees to return to work immediately to avoid further disruption to the airline's already strained operations. Bahamas Air will be doing its endeavor best, he said during a press conference today. We will look at any means which we can recover and to still We will look at any means which we can recover and to still, because we still have to move the passengers, and so this is why we're making an appeal to our members and the AAW that they need to really, wow. Who wrote this, Senator? All right, let's do this again.
You having challenges?
We will look at any means which we can recover,
yes,
and to still, because we still have to move the passengers. And so this is why we're making an appeal to our members and the AAWU that we need to really come back to work so that we can fulfill the missions that we have promised the public that we would do. Mr. Cooper revealed that the sickout caught airline officials off guard and stands from ongoing concerns about outstanding pay and delays in finalizing a new labor contract. He confirmed that Bahamas Air operates around 24 flights daily, but as of this morning, only 4 to 5 flights are operational due to the sickout. The following return flights are presently affected. So that's Miami-Nassau, flight 221. Flight 221, Miami-Nassau, Freeport to Fort Lauderdale, 319, 141, 142, 320, and of course Florida flight 221, 222, 201, and 202. Florida's 203, 204, MHH 135, 136, RSD, ELH 363. I guess everybody, folks will understand those abbreviations.
Yeah, okay, you've done very well.
Yeah.
So it is Tracy Cooper. Now, one of the things that Tracy Cooper, obviously Tracy Cooper is not saved. Obviously he's not saved, because when you talk to the media, there must be openness, there must be transparency. Tracy Cooper ought to have started off by saying to the media, we are so sorry that the contract for the last 2 years or thereabout has expired, and we, Bahamas Air, with our hard heart, refuse to properly sit down, negotiate, and enter into a new contract. That is what he should have said. He's telling them to return to work as if there is something to bind them. In agreement. Bahamasair play hardball, and now they have crash landed. All right? So therein lies your problem. So Christmas is going to be terrible for many Bahamian, thanks to the wickedness of Bahamasair. And for Tracy Cooper to tell the workers to return, who Tracy think he is? Huh? He should say, return, I have the checkbook. That's how you do it. Okay? Perhaps it's time that we bring together some young business people and we acquire Bahamasair in the interest of the state. And I think it would be powerful. So that's what is going on. I have a number of friends who are in the state of Florida. I'm kind of upset because one of the women them is supposed to bring me a nice time for Saturday, because on Saturday I shall join one of the women them in co-hosting the Big Bang. And I suspect it's going to be cold, so I've asked that they bring me a nice term from Miami. But look like that ain't gonna happen, because Bahamasair, it don't cover the Bahamas the way the sun does. So I don't know what's going on, right? It's just amazing. Boy, I gotta put up with all kind of things. Right. Come, man. And if Bahamasair isn't, if the staff is striking, there are many American jets in the States. Just hire a couple of American jets and bring the people into Nassau. Okay? Because it's one major piece of frustration and so forth. Or we can send some of the mailboat them to pick them up and bring them to Nassau. So I thought I'll tell that to you. Okay? And so that the Americans wouldn't know this last coded piece to Bahamian. Skibo, skibe, Bahamasair, skibi, skibi, skibo.
Yeah, that ain't making no sense.
I thought you were able to speak in the coded language.
But Saturday is not checkers, man. They playing chess. This is the best time to hurt the people and get the management attention, especially if they, need some money and haven't been paid. And that's the worst time to do it, but then you send a stronger message when you do it this time of the year.
So why are you suggesting it's the worst time?
Because it's the time you can make money.
Who could make money? The workers?
Bahamasair can make money, man.
Yeah, but
they need to pay the workers, man.
That's
you gotta pay your people. When you don't pay your people and they're not satisfied,
right?
That's what has happened.
And I'm told that Bahamasair has a lot of back pay.
Not only that, I understand that they owe the engine suppliers.
Really?
Yeah, for some of those aircrafts. And the people are saying, listen, if you all need more supplies or parts, you got to pay your bill. Pay your old bill or nothing happening. Maybe that's one of the reasons why some of those aircrafts are not in service. You know something? The government, maybe this is something the government should have been working on for years. They need to find a way to deal with Bahamasair. Bahamasair is a problem. It's a drain on the public's purse.
Not totally.
The Bahamasair is not being managed properly. It is a problem. They need to privatize Bahamasair. Give that to a private company to run, because obviously the government can't run it as it is.
Now, when they give it to a private company, Mr. Spiritual Advisor,
No, they draw up an agreement.
will the private company be committed to going to the family islands?
All that can be a part of the agreement.
Will they be committed to going to Haiti?
All that can be a
'Cause,
part of the agreement.
One Bahamasair is destined to
And then
Haiti.
they need to extend their routes, man. They need to start traveling other places, just rather than just going to Florida.
You know where this problem
maybe
began,
New
though?
York. Huh?
You know how this problem started?
Started from the PLP days.
No. Be fair.
From it was Bahamas Airways, eh?
No, it wasn't the PLP.
Yeah, I know.
It was Frank Watson and the FNM.
Yeah, we figured that.
You don't remember when Frank Watson got the parts?
Anyhow, let's not get into that.
It's amazing, hey.
What we're trying to do is we're
introduced
trying to solve
politics.
Bahamas Air problem now.
I kept politics.
We're not worrying about 30 years ago, Santa. We're trying to solve Bahamas Air's problems now. The strike is now.
I kept politics out of it.
And why did you bring it in?
Say it again?
Why did you bring
You
politics in?
said the PLP, and I told you it's Frank Watson.
Well, I basically was saying that the government needs to take a second look at Bahamas Air and take its paws off it and allow a private enterprise to run it. They need to privatize Bahamas Air, man. It's full time.
The problem has been that the PLP has failed to collect from Frank Watson and the FNM. You don't remember when we did it? You don't remember?
Anyhow.
I asked you a question. You don't remember when Frank Watson got the parts? You know, for a Christian man, you have to cut things straight. When the PLP is wrong, I say they're wrong. I'm an FNM. I'm always willing to say the PLP is wrong. But as an FNM, I'm committed to exposing the FNM. You don't remember?
Listen, to cut all this nonsense out, let me and you right now take the politics of this discussion.
You introduced the politics.
Okay.
I never introduced politics.
And so
I dealt with management and the workers.
Good. And so let's take
You brought in the politics. Now you are upset.
No, you asked a question.
What was the question I asked?
You said if I know how the problem began.
Yes.
I know you was going to say the FNM, so I said the PLP. Both parties.
So you introduced the politics.
Listen, both parties have their pause
There is
clause
no evidence
in
that the
Bahamas Air.
PLP...
Listen, Bahamas Air is an airline that has too much political interference. And that's why it cannot run properly.
What do you mean?
Right?
Do you think it was politics that stopped the workers from flying the plane?
Well, obviously.
No, it's Tracy Cooper. Tracy Cooper's the problem. Tracy isn't
Sandra,
safe.
let's see if we could make suggestions to the government to help solve Bahamas Air problems, all right?
Anyway.
They need to privatize it.
You're not...
They had discussions before on privatizing Bahamas Air.
You're not being
But some
fair.
folks argue that they don't think any country would actually privatize its national airline. But they're going to have to do it. Because the government can't just run any and everything. All right, they have challenges running a lot of things.
The FNM did not do a good job with it.
Privatize Bahamas Air.
All right? Frank Watson, you remember when Frank Watson buy them parts?
Mm-hmm.
You don't remember it?
No.
Yeah, you was not an FNM. Every true FNM know when Frank Watson pulled that one. Okay. How many minutes do we have so we can go into...
Yeah, we got some time. We got 10 minutes, yeah.
Well, folks, I would like to go to the United States because you would recall that on the 5th of November, the American people held an election, and Donald Trump was put up against a vice president, Kamala Harris. And here in the Bahamas, I sense that the majority of the Negro people, they were being feminists. They wanted a woman as president of the United States, and they wanted somebody who was African. But we discovered that Miss Kamala was female, but she was not a member of the African race. And I pointed out that the world does not need a woman to be the leader of the free world. And what we need was a man. And everybody in the United States and around the world know that Donald Trump is plenty man. And we campaigned for Donald Trump, but I could sense that the majority of the people in the Bahamas of African descendants, they wanted what they call a black president. I knew they were wrong. I knew that was racism. I knew you shouldn't vote for a person just because there was a woman and just because it is alleged that they're black. And I fought that racism, and by the grace of God, the American people, they went to the poll, they elect Donald Trump as president of the United States, and by extension, they give us a revolutionary leader as leader of the free world. Well, Donald Trump would be aware, he would understand the psychology. He used to be a businessman here in the Bahamas, so he would understand the psychology. And so what he has done, he has given the majority of you, I'm very displeased with it, an African American. I did not want an African American. I don't like playing the race card. To give me an African American is to play the race card. I wanted a white American. That's what I wanted, because that, for me, would reflect the majority of the people of the United States, so that when we sit down to talk, we know that we're talking with a representative who truly represent the majority of the people of the United States. So I'm going to ask my spiritual advisor, and I hope my producer has the photograph. I want you to see that Donald Trump loves the Bahamas, and he's
I'm
prepared
not sure about that.
to give you an African American as our next ambassador. So, Mr. Spiritual Advisor, please introduce the new nominee for ambassador to the Bahamas. I want Bahamians to see Donald Trump has not been sworn in yet. And notwithstanding that he's been so busy trying to put together his cabinet, he has not forgotten the Negro people of the Bahamas. Go ahead, my spiritual advisor.
Okay, so President-elect Donald Trump selected Herschel Walker on Tuesday to be the U.S. ambassador to the small Caribbean nation of the Bahamas, turning to a longtime ally and former football star who generated national headlines in his failed run for a Senate seat in Georgia in 2022. In a statement on social media, Mr. Trump highlighted Mr. Walker's athletic record as qualifying him for the position, in addition to a role in the first Trump administration as a co-chairman of the President's Council on Sports, Fitness, and Nutrition, and speaking appearances discussing mental health issues. Herschel has spent decades serving as an ambassador to our nation's youth, our men and women in the military, and athletes at home and abroad, Mr. Trump said. Mr. Walker rose to the national political stage in 2022 after he was handpicked by Mr. Trump to challenge Senator Raphael Warnock for his Senate seat in Georgia. A political neophyte, booed by his football stardom, Mr. Walker ran a campaign shadowed by incendiary statements and damaging revelations about his personal life and business career. Mr. Warnock ultimately defeated Mr. Walker, even as Republicans won every other state race. Mr. Walker's relationship with Mr. Trump stretches back to the early 1980s, when the football star joined the New Jersey Generals, a United States Football League team then owned by Mr. Trump. Mr. Trump wrote in his book, The Art of the Deal, that he would berate the team's coach for not properly using Mr. Walker's talents. Nearly 40 years later, Mr. Trump endorsed Mr. Walker early. Sorry, forgive me, some pop-ups here. Nearly 40 years later, Mr. Trump endorsed Mr. Walker early in the Senate campaign, despite concerns from some Republicans about Mr. Walker's personal history, clearing a path through the primary for his failed challenge against Mr. Warnock. Mr. Walker has no previous diplomatic experience and obvious ties to the Bahamas, an island nation of over 400,000 people just off the coast of Florida. That is not unusual for those appointments as ambassadors to smaller, less politically significant assignments, which often go to the top donors, political parties, business leaders, star athletes, or other high-profile figures. They are then usually supported in their overseas missions by career diplomats from the State Department.
So he was an athlete?
Yeah, former football athlete back in the 80s. And
What
I
did they
think
mean
he won the Heisman Trophy or something like that.
What did they mean when they said that they were concerned about his personal life? Is he a Christian? Is he saved?
About his personal life and business career.
Okay.
I guess I don't know what it is or what his
But
personal
I would
life.
really hope that President Trump would send us somebody who's Christian, who's saved.
Okay, here's what it means by his personal life. In
Okay.
Atlanta, a woman who has said Herschel Walker, the Republican Senate nominee in Georgia, paid for her abortion in 2009.
Oh, Jesus.
Told the... I can't... anyhow.
Oh,
Saved by the Bell.
Jesus.
I remember the controversy now.
Lord,
Yes, yes.
President Trump, please don't send nobody who support abortion. Please don't send nobody who support the pills. This is Freedom March. God save the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. God save the United States of America. Let there be diplomatic relationship. It's powerful.
Freedom March with Rodney Munker will be right back after this. is Freedom March with Rodney Monker.
Welcome back to Freedom March. My name is Rodney Monker. Bradley Road is my spiritual advisor. And during that adjournment, I had a female who called me and she said she wanted to speak up for Tracy Cooper. She wants me to know that Tracy Cooper is a saved man. And she says that I can do fact checking, which will demonstrate that he's saved. And she says he's a member of the Church of God. So if Tracy is a member of the Church of God, I would have to reconsider, because historically, traditionally, Church of God people have always been Holy Ghost people. But I will do my investigation. Bradley, it's birthday time, isn't it?
Yeah, we got a couple birthdays to do today. Simone is on the list. She's the first on the list. Happy birthday to the beautiful Simone. It's coming from a loving husband. So happy birthday to Simone. Dominic Thompson. Belated birthday greeting goes out to Dominic Thompson from all of her. No, sorry, that's Dominique. Forgive me. Dominique Thompson. Dominique Thompson celebrating the birthday. Happy birthday to you. It's coming from all your family and friends. They love you a lot. And look like that's about it.
That's the birthday?
Yeah, that's it.
Well, I'm advised that I'm getting old now, that my first cousin, Dr. Nigel Lewis, that today is his birthday. So, if today is his birthday, I want to wish him a happy birthday. But for some reason, I always thought that he was born on a Thursday. Today is what? Wednesday or Thursday?
Wednesday.
So, but I'll do what my wife told me. She said, listen, today is Dr. Nigel Lewis's birthday. So let me wish him a happy birthday on a day that is designated by my wife. And then tomorrow, if it's God's will, I'll do another happy birthday. I'll do it on the date that I'm most comfortable with. So Dr. Nigel Lewis, wherever you are, have a happy birthday. And it is powerful. Powerful indeed. So I was telling you that I had a female who called me and she wanted me to know that Tracy Cooper from Bahamasair is a saved man. So Tracy, this woman is one of the women that I always listen to her spiritual counseling. She says that you are saved, and therefore I want to apologize for suggesting that you are not saved, but she said that you are saved and that you are a member of the Church of God. So I thought that was powerful. And then, of course, the woman who advised me on the fact that Tracy Cooper is saved, she supports our position. She's very upset that President Trump has nominated the African American, what's his name?
Herschel Walker.
Herschel Walker. Is he anything to Dr. Claudius Roland Walker?
We don't know.
For some reason, when I hear Herschel Walker, it sounds like some of Dr. Walker children.
We can't say.
Okay. But I'm very disturbed over the fact that Donald Trump, we support Donald Trump. I just don't like the fact that Herschel has been accused of terminating a pregnancy.
And then also trying to encourage an early termination.
I don't
And
think...
then when the girlfriend decided not to terminate the child, he left the girl.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't think men...
Left the young lady.
One of the greatest sins that a man could commit, it is greater than the woman who killed the baby. And that is when men encourage women to commit abortion and pay for it. I have a number of friends who have confessed to me that they're guilty of that sin. And I had to pray to remain their friends because I always thought that that was a wicked, wicked sin for a man to kill his seed. All right? So I don't know. I might be forced to write President Trump, and I think I have the moral, the Christian, and the political authority to write President Trump, because every Bahamian know how hard I had to campaign here in the Bahamas. Man, I campaign hard. I campaign hard. And I use millions of dollars worth of TV time. And God has answered my prayer. And now we have Donald Trump. And Donald Trump is moving resolutely to solve American problems, as I told you yesterday, and by extension, world problems. So it's a great day, but I don't like his choice. Okay? I think I have a right to disagree with that choice. But for most of you who wanted somebody black, well, Donald Trump is going to give you, what kind of ball did he play?
Football.
You'd be given a football player. So I don't know. Yeah. Anyway, so that's it. What else are we going to talk about? Folks, I got a shock in my life. Nobody told me. Can you imagine? I work here. Nobody told me. They kept it a secret from me. They never told me that the Fox Foundation was having its traditional Christmas giveaway. Nobody told me. Isn't it amazing? And I love to go to it because I knew today I had received reports that there were bicycles that was being given out for Christmas. And I could have used one of those bicycles in Black Village, but nobody told me. I feel rather hurt because I would have loved to go to the sports center to see the giveaway. And I'm told that that people start gathering from in the wee hours of the morning. I cannot believe that nobody told me about the Fox Foundation giveaway. Anyway, I'll put a notice and I'll let Fox Foundation know. For heaven's sake, if God spare my life in Christmas 2025, please extend an invitation to me. Please let me know so I can come and be a part of the history. I'm told that thousands showed up and thousands has been blessed with voucher, different toys and different gifts. So God bless Adrian Fox. God bless the Fox Foundation. Well, I know one thing. I do know about the Big Bang. So we're going to have a Big Bang on Saturday. Saturday, am I correct? It's the 21st of December.
Saturday, yeah.
So I look forward to seeing thousands of you. And those of you who come to the Big Bang, please hail me. I'm old now, and at my age, I feel good when people hail me because I'm very, very old. So this is powerful. And so I want people to know that there's going to be a big, big bang. And there's going to be plenty of everything. Lots of gaming. There's going to be lots of fun. I don't know if Sabat is going to jump out of the plane, land in a helicopter, or what. I don't know what, but it's going to be exciting. And I need people to come. I want thousands of people to come. I just love gatherings where there are thousands of people. Okay? So you got to come and let's party. It's going to be lots of music and so forth. And this is my spiritual advisor. Why are you making game of me?
Also, the Fox Foundation, we understand, gave out some bikes, scooters, and some other gifts to the children in Camp Brewer during a Christmas extravaganza. That's very, very generous of the Fox Foundation. Wow. Man, look at the bicycles, eh? I wonder if I can get one of these bikes, man. I need the exercise.
Any of the bikes like old people could ride? them?
Yeah. I need to get one of these bikes, man. I need the exercise.
I really want
You see that? There's some nice looking bikes, eh? Oh,
Did
wow.
he give away any motorbike?
The Fox Foundation, you could get 2 bicycles for me and Rodney.
I want a motorbike.
Sally, you can't deal with no motorbike, okay? You can't ride bicycle and you won't ride motorbike.
Yeah.
You start with the bicycle first.
No.
There's some nice looking bikes.
I don't want a
Adriana.
bicycle. You tell if you
Adriana, we need 2 bikes, please. One
I don't want no bicycle. I want a motorbike. Okay? I want a motorbike. At 68, I might as well jump
You
on a
want to live to
motorbike.
see 69?
Yeah. Shucks, my brother was one of the best motorbike rider in the country.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
As
So,
much as I rode motorbikes, I don't have the desire anymore.
really? Well, that's because
I rode
you
motorcycles for 17 years, Santa.
really? Well, I've been riding
17
motorbike
years.
for 56 years.
I have certain marks to bear witness.
I never fell
All the
down.
strawberries.
The only time I fell off a motorbike is when I was riding with Dennis Dane.
All right, now it does seem as if Bahamasair, y'all have some serious problems, you know.
Go ahead.
Y'all have some serious problems. Let me see if I could just sift through some of the issues that Bahamasair have. All right, this is crazy.
What
All right, so we understand for more than 16 years the staff has been underpaid. Staff has been underpaid at Bahamasair for more than 16 years. Staff didn't even realize it until it was brought to their attention. The court saying that Bahamasair can probably go back to 6 years to I guess, reimburse them. We understand that they gave them 2 increments, and the 2 increments only came to $50. How do you expect your staff to stay on the job if when you increase them by $50? After 2 increments, it's $50. You know, what is that? They're suggesting the Bahamasair needs to be privatized. Poor people.
The court is suggesting that? Which
The
judge?
court is saying that Bahamasair can go back to 6 years.
But did the court suggest that Bahamasair be privatized?
No.
Be careful now.
The staff is saying. You didn't hear me say the court, man.
Don't cause me attack the courts.
The staff is saying that Bahamasair needs to be privatized. There's too much political interference from both parties, the Free National Movement and the PLP.
What do they mean when they say...
Let me finish, man.
No. What do they mean when they say there's political interference? Is there a problem if the government say that Bahamasair must go to make 1 or 3 times a week? Is that political interference? I'm talking to you, Negro.
I don't know. Let me move on, please, if you don't mind.
My spiritual advisor, I want you to intellectualize.
Forget about the politics, man. Forget about that. We'll come to that another time. Now, they're saying that the poor people paying up to $390, $400 plus just to go to Fort Lauderdale, Miami.
Well,
all right?
Just stop that a second. I don't pay it. How come I don't pay it?
That's because you don't go.
Right.
But what about those who... So you're trying to tell the people, don't go then? If you don't... that don't make any sense, man.
Just hold on a second. How much to go to Fort Lauderdale?
Probably 3 something.
Okay, it's
370, 380 maybe.
Give me a figure.
Let's just say 360.
360, that's the spiritual advisor figure.
Yeah.
Assuming he's correct, that to go to Fort Lauderdale is $360. Is that too expensive? Don't go. You don't have to go to Fort Lauderdale.
You know it's difficult to tell Bahamians, right?
What you mean it's difficult?
Florida's like a second home for Bahamians, man.
You know how many years I've not been to the United States?
Nah, what are they saying about Haiti?
Let's hear that.
Haiti flights.
Yes.
Ask them how many times they gave people voucher. Where else would they go to get vouchers? So they gave the Haitians vouchers.
They give us vouchers?
Some flights on Saturday. Yes, they took them Sunday.
To Haiti?
Distance to Cape Haitian.
Haiti?
Yeah.
Tout mon haïtien. Tout samedi. Samedi?
Anyhow.
Hold on. Don't do no nonsense. Tout samedi. Every Saturday. Avion Bahamasair. Bahamasair. Ale na Cape KIT. How much? How much?
Too much.
They charging us plenty money?
They didn't give a figure. But anyhow, all in all, it seems as if Bahamasair is in a big mess. And it seems as if the political inference includes, like, if an MP is flying on a particular flight, the flight's supposed to be leaving on time, they'll stall the plane. Just for the MP.
My spiritual advisor.
No, that's not right.
You see, you're not being fair.
You can't do that.
When
hold up 119 people for one person.
Teresa Moxie, the F&M minister, her husband, who was never elected, he stopped the whole plane. You know what he told the captain and the first mate? Do you know who I am? I happens to be the husband.
That's the problem.
Of decent Teresa Moxie. And he row, and he cuss, and he carry on. They almost had to call for the US Marshal for him. See, the spiritual advisor? Now you tell me any PLP whose husband did that. Come on!
I don't know, Sandra.
All right then, so you have to be careful. When you hear about these political interference, they're talking about us. The PLP has been very dignified.
So you're saying the F&M MP held the plane up?
He was not a member of parliament. It was the MP husband. You never met a husband, eh? When he gets on Bahamasair, he demand the best seat. And when they object, he said, you know who I am? And perhaps you can't blame him. I've never been married to a minister. I've never had an MP as a lover or as a wife. So when he gets on the plane and they acting up, he's have to tell them, y'all know who I am? I am the minister husband. And everybody knows what that means. And he row and he cuss until they had to almost call the US Marshal before he calmed down. But now the spiritual advisor has forgotten that. The F&M has forgotten that. But I remember. Why do I remember? I'm F&M. I know what we did. Go ahead.
And okay, that's it. We can move on.
You want to move on now?
Yeah, let's leave all that alone. Anyhow, let's see if the government could try and fix some Bahamasair. They really need to.
Listen, just tell
they need to.
Brother Tracy Cooper and the management team to sign the contract. You got to sign the contract. It's a very simple matter. You sign the contract, you take good care of the workers. If you take care of the workers is going to take care
of the business.
Of the business.
Absolutely.
And therein lies it, all right? I don't care what Bahamasair do. I don't mind if you all don't go to Miami, but you make sure that every Saturday there is a Bahamasair to take my people to Cape IT. Okay? Yeah. I need manioc. I need cassava. Okay? So, it's powerful. I love the country. Remember, the Haitians will be with us until Jesus comes. So we have to make sure that Bahamasair is working and that we are taking good care of the Haitian people. It's powerful. What else are we going to talk about, my spiritual advisor? It's Christmas time. What else?
Well, but one of the things we want to do, Sandra, is to get people to be extremely careful as they, get busy with Christmas shopping. Don't forget now.
Are there robberies taking place?
Well, we haven't heard of any as of yet. But we're getting down to it. This weekend is the last weekend before the actual Christmas Day celebration.
What do you mean we're getting down to it?
Well, this weekend is going to be pretty busy.
What are you suggesting?
Which means the malls are going to probably be open later. People are going to be doing more shopping. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, government payday maybe tomorrow. I don't know. What is today's date?
Today is the 18th.
Government payday might be tomorrow, and so there's going to be a lot of money out there. People are going to be shopping, so...
you sound like you were laden the criminals, man.
No, government payday is always a big day.
That's not the way we're going to deal with it.
Government payday is always a big day.
I'm the justice of the peace. Now listen here.
So we want people to be careful as they shop, Santa, and move about.
Now y'all listen here. There must be no robbery. There must be no stealing. There must be no killing. Let's enjoy this season so that there will be no pain and no anger. The police is going to be out in full drove. If you act irresponsibly, you will spend Christmas and Junkanoo in lawful custody. Now, if you want to be free for Christmas and free for Junkanoo, just obey the law, behave yourself, be calm, don't break no law, okay? And you have nothing to worry about. But we shall not tolerate it. And not only will we bring out the police, we're going to have the defense force out as well. Okay? So let's be law-abiding. Let's be loving. Let's sing some Christmas carols. Okay? And that's powerful. Any other?
Explain this.
Yes?
In the newspaper, there's an article that says a judge approves adoption.
Yes.
Despite the Attorney General office alleging citizenship concerns. Now here's what happened. A judge approved a man's adoption of a teenager shortly before his 18th birthday, despite the Attorney General's office alleging it was a means to circumvent citizenship laws, and the Department of Social Services opposing it due to the boy's advanced age. So Supreme Court Justice Hope Strachan determined that the Department of Social Services own report showed that the applicant loved and
Find a picture of Justice Hope Strachan.
Oh.
Go
so
ahead.
The person adopted the child before the child was 18.
Yeah.
So when you adopt the child automatically becomes a Bahamian?
If you are a citizen of the Bahamas and you adopt a child, the child becomes as if it was a child from your body.
So the AG office is correct?
No, the AG office is wrong.
Because remember now, if the child is born in the Bahamas and both of whose parents...
The child was not born in the Bahamas.
Oh. Where was the child born?
The child, if I understood the article, the child came here as a baby.
Born where?
Perhaps in Jamaica. And the child mother died. I know of a case now. It is one of the most emotional cases where a young man born of Haitian parents falls in love with a Jamaican woman who came to the Bahamas with a baby boy. And guess what happened? The Jamaican woman died. So guess who's raising the little boy? The young man and his girlfriend. And when you listen to their case, and I've been listening to their case for the last 6 years, it is one of the most emotional piece of case. Because his paternal family in Jamaica, they don't want him. And his adopted father in the Bahamas said to me, Monica, I grew him up and his mother died. I can't abandon him. It's a very emotional story. The boy now is about 13 or 14. And I met his mother. So in the case of this case in the Supreme Court, I think that Justice Hope Strachan is a hero. That she moved above the emotionalism, and she rejected the Attorney General's argument, and she rejected social services. Social services argument is you shouldn't allow the man to adopt the boy because the boy is too old. He's 17. I'm coming back to it because I thought social service argument is stupid unless they're suggesting something ulterior. This is Freedom March. God save Justice Hope Strachan. It's a wonderful ruling. It's a ruling for humanity. God save the King. I'll be right back after the break. Just put aside the emotionalism and save the children then.
Do you have something to say to the Senator? Call Freedom March at 323-7775. Toll free from anywhere in the Bahamas at 242-300-0045. Freedom March with Rodney Monker only on ILTV. is Freedom March with Rodney Monker.
Welcome back to Freedom March. My name is Rodney Monker. Let me start out by wishing each of you a Merry, Merry Christmas. Bradley?
Multi-Discount is a store located on Monroe Avenue, offering a wide range of home goods and appliances at affordable prices, and they cater to various styles, from simple to sophisticated, making a great option for new and old parents or anyone looking to freshen up their home. Money Max, everybody needs money always, so send money internationally and locally through Western Union with Money Max. Download the Money Max app today to send cash instantly to a family member or friend any time and anywhere. Sending money has never been simpler. The app is available on the Apple Store and the Google Play Store. Money Max, live your max life.
This is powerful. Is Tanya there?
Okay, so Shop Smart Department Christmas sale 20% off is extended through Sunday, which is the 22nd of December 2024. So there's a store-wide sale, 30% off everything: pots, pans, plates, mugs, blinds, curtains, rugs, and of course all clothing, any 5 for $25. So don't forget to shop, and when you do, shop smart at Shop Smart Department Store located on Mackey Street. There's a huge stock clearance, 20% off all bikes, adult bikes, wow, from $130 at Shop Smart. Girls bikes, 12-inch is $65, 14-inch is $115, 16-inch is $125, 18-inch is $135. These are girls bikes, and of course 20-inch start from $145. Boys bikes, 12-inch bikes is from $65, 14-inch bikes $115, 16-inch bikes $125, 18-inch bikes from $135, and of course the 20-inch bikes start at $145. So don't forget, it's a huge stock clearance sale, 25% off, 30% off all bikes. So there's another big sale, the Exotic Christmas Tree sale, 30% off all trees, plus the clear 100 count light, 100 count LED lights, $3.99 plus VAT. So what's the price on the trees? It doesn't say. Real look and feel sale ends Sunday, December the 22nd. So exotic Christmas trees. All right. Thank you so much, producer.
Tomorrow, because this is the period in which we take phone call. Tomorrow, I want to return to the matter involving Justice Hope Strachan, in which she permitted a man to adopt a 17-year-old, to the objection of the Attorney General, whose argument has been that the adoption is being done principally so that the boy could receive citizenship. That was the way to get around his immigration dilemma. And of course, the objection of the Social Service Department, who objected based on the age of the boy. He's 17. You are an adult in law when you reach the age of 18. So the court will not permit me to adopt. I can adopt someone who's under 18. I'm quite familiar with the thinking of the Department of Social Services, because many people may not be aware that I have been involved in not only advising on local adoption, but international adoption. International adoption. So you got to watch out for me. And I know what social services think. I know what they think. The boy is too old. When the father, he made the application according to the finding of the court 3 years before the boy turned 18. So he must have done it at age 15. So this isn't the case where the boy is 17 and he applies, even though nothing in the law would have prohibited him from doing so. And this is a wicked country. See, they're up against me. We have a prominent F&M woman. She married a foreign white man. Who did she marry? A foreign white man. She had all of that white man's children in the United States. And notwithstanding the fact that she was a citizen of the Bahamas, because these children were born in holy matrimony, they could not get Bahamian citizenship. She was an attorney at law. She knew what law was written. So guess what she did? She came to Nassau and she adopted every child she gave birth to. Every child she adopted. And her adoption was so strong that Dr. Hubert Minnis made them some of the most powerful people in this country and gave them some of the best contract. You hear what I'm saying? You see, they up against me. They are up against me. And she wasn't wrong. If you have children and the law interfere with their status and you could adopt your children, you do that. I got one man before Wade Monroe went to court and persuaded the Chief Justice that every foreign woman who gave birth in the Bahamas to a Bahamian man's child, that child is a citizen. I told the fella, adopt your baby. Oh man, I can't adopt my baby, that's my baby. I said, what you mean you can't adopt your baby? Adopt your baby. There's no need for that because Monroe persuaded the judge of the Supreme Court, Sir Ian Binder, and straight up to the Privy Council. So, in the case of Justice Hope Strachan, she is a person of integrity, and I thank God that she rejected the Attorney General's argument and she ignored the Department of Social Services and allowed a man to adopt a child that they raised from he was a baby. And the boy, ma dead. I got a case now. Case now. All right? And it's a tragedy. It's a tragedy because I've literally seen the young boy grow from a little boy. I met his mother. I even don't know what to... Just hold on, my spiritual advisor, eh? You raised the question. Hold on.
We'll discuss it tomorrow.
Your problems, you don't like foreigners.
We'll discuss it tomorrow.
You don't like black people. All right?
So
I met the mother because in the illness of the mother, the father, who's of Haitian descent,
so
he was superstitious. The Jamaican woman was superstitious, so he brought her to me because I'm superstitious. And when I met with them and I asked her what was the problem, she told me somebody fixed her. So I looked at him because I was caught off guard. And I said to him in Haitian Creole, do you believe somebody fixed her? And he said, yes. So I was caught between a young man born in the Bahamas of Haitian parentage who believed in Obia, who believed in voodoo, who believed in black magic, who believed in graveyard date, who was in love with a Jamaican woman who claimed that she was hurt. And they came to see what I could do to solve their problem. And that's a true story. So I was annoyed when I discovered the objection of the Attorney General and the Department of Social Services. I'm happy for Justice Hope Strachan, and I always knew, I never said this to her, when she was appointed a judge of the Supreme Court, I said, this is a wonderful day in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas for humanity. And open the call, open the phone.
323-7775 is the number to call. The lines are open 698-0775 and 698-0776. The lines are open. Call us. 698-0775, 698-0776. Welcome to Freedom March Call. You're live.
Yes, sir. How y'all doing?
Doing well.
I would like to make a statement regarding my complaint.
Yes, sir. How are you?
Yes, sir. Mr. Bunker.
Yes.
I wonder if you can look into the case of BTC.
You say
At this moment, BTC have no maintenance technician.
and who yard is this?
I said BTC.
What is he saying? I'm not clear. Help me.
I said BTC has no maintenance.
Oh, technician.
Oh, BTC.
Technician now.
What area do you live in?
All over Nassau, Bahamas, BTC. We both their contract.
Okay.
And now BTC is bringing some foreign workers from Jamaica.
Really?
Yeah, I wonder you can investigate that.
I will look into that. I know a couple of people in charge of BTC. I'm going to call them to a day of accounting, okay?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I thank you very much. Now I understand what you were saying. Thank you.
Okay.
All right. BTC, I want you to be fair to Bahamians. I want you to utilize local Bahamian, local Bahamian talent. I want the workers to be treated well. Other than that, you can have to pull a strike on BTC. Let me take this cell phone call. Hello, cell phone.
Never dull moment.
Brother Monica.
Yes.
How you doing, man?
I am fine, sir. How are you?
I'm doing great, you know.
Okay. What's on your mind?
I want to find out a question from you.
Okay.
Out of the folks from TI and the Haitians, which one do you like the best?
Out of the who? Out of the people from the Turks and Caicos and Haiti, which one I love the best?
Yes, sir.
That's a very difficult question to answer. My grandfather, he was born in the Turks and Caicos, and as you know, I'm from Haiti, so that's difficult.
I thought you was my cousin.
You Haitian too?
I thought you was my cousin.
Sami moi, qui moun ça?
Muy bien.
Ah! Okay, au revoir. Okay, au revoir. Merci. Wow, the Haitian people are everywhere. Oh, hein?
Led Mouché.
Qui moun? Moi-même?
You led.
Non, non, c'est pas possible. Non. Moi, c'est Biel. Moi, c'est Biel garçon. Moi, c'est Biel garçon. How dare you call me ugly? Mama, ou led? Led? I'm not led. I'm not ugly. I am handsome.
These guys
is powerful. He probably Creole bien.
Yeah.
Yeah.
323-7775. Forgive me, folks. Pardon me. Okay? 698-0775 and 698.
But if you feel like laughing, laugh. Enjoy yourself.
You
okay?
ask man, we love you see all the
Hello?
mamas.
Yes.
Hello.
Hello.
Y'all get it together there, man.
Okay.
Good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon.
Yeah, spiritual advisor.
Turn your radio down first, please.
Spiritual advisor.
Turn your radio down first, please. Could you turn?
Here now?
Could you turn your radio down?
It is down.
All right, go ahead. Just listen to us now.
All right, listen. You have to get stronger. This is the last part of the year. You got to get stronger on Mr. Munter. You hear me? You see how he rap on you? Which party you are on? Remember, Munter is a man being with the F&M, and he being with the PLC.
And the Vanguard.
Also, the Wakers host.
The Wakers Party. And the Vanguard. Yeah, the Vanguard Party. Yeah. DNA, Vanguard Party.
He run there, but he gets beaten in his own area where he lives. But he wouldn't tell you that.
He got beaten in Black Village?
Yes, he get beat there. See him there? But he wouldn't tell you that. But the next thing he wouldn't tell you. You see how he rap on you about Teresa Moxie's husband, what he said on Bahamasair?
Right.
Well, the former minister of Bahamasair, Mr. Bell, who is retired now in Eleuthera, Munker now could meet him the same age. He put people off that airline and put his people on, and nothing was said about that.
Now, when you said he put them on the airline, hold on a second, hold on. I'm not going to have you. I'm not going to have you lie on bruh. What do you mean when you said he put people on? You mean he hired Eleuterans? Well, I want you to know that my father is from Eleuthera. I want you to know that bruh is married to my father's relative, the Carey lady. And I would have been disappointed if he didn't put some of my dad's people on Bahamasair. Next call.
And you ain't right.
Say it again?
I would say before I go.
Yeah, go ahead.
One thing I would say before I go.
Yeah, go ahead.
You talking about that ambassador,
yes,
the former football player that Trump sent in here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with him.
Okay.
Because he's a black man.
Okay.
It's a black country.
Okay.
But you know something? Yesterday I went up to Kelly's lumber, and it's serious. And I look at I know everybody will make $1, but I look at R.M. Bailey Park, and that's for the first time I've ever seen a amount of tents selling the same toys that Kelly sells.
What time?
I told the cashier, I feel bad about that.
Well, no, I was upset. Hold on a second. I was upset because I went to Aaron Bailey Park because I wanted to buy something from them, and they were closed. And I keep asking everybody, why are all these tents set up and there are no vendors?
What time did you go?
All right? And I demand from the government that the vendors be allowed to open up exactly the same time that Kelly opened and remain later than Kelly so that I could purchase from them. Okay?
We got you, caller. Thanks so much. 323-7775 is the number to call. 698-077. So is Kelly's complaining about competition?
Pardon?
Is Kelly's complaining about competition? That could be the problem.
That is what is being alleged, but Kelly ought not to be complaining.
Free enterprise, man.
What you say?
This is free enterprise.
Yes. And Brent Simmons would say, let market forces, prevail.
Yeah. Welcome to Freedom March, caller.
Good evening, Mr. Manka.
Good evening, sir.
Mr. Roll and the producer. Mr. Manka.
Yes.
Believe it or not, in Elizabeth State, it is almost impossible for any candidate to beat Jobette Colby.
Really?
In the general election. Because she takes care of the people them, and she is solid as the rock.
Wow.
Mr. Manka.
Yes?
We know that Parliament has rules and regulation.
We do have rules and regulation.
And we also know that the Speaker is in charge of the House.
That is true.
And we know that the Speaker is a part of the government.
That is true.
But when it comes to being fair and trying to silence the opposition, and its leader in particular, in my view, Patricia DeVoe is the voice of the voice since Italia Johnson.
Well, Italia Johnson is really the voice of the voice. And I would say that Italia could not even shine the Speaker's shoe. Nevertheless, the Speaker has a duty to maintain law and order, and to the extent that Michael Pintard and Shenandoah have been disorderly, the Speaker is right to whip them in line.
I am not talking in that terms. I'm talking about the Speaker being unfair to the opposition and taking side with the government.
No. There's been no unfairness.
Oh, come on, man.
There is, listen to me, there is May's parliamentary rule of procedure. The problem is Michael and Shenandoah don't know it.
Okay, that's your view.
Take it from me. I'm F&M.
That's your view, and that's my view.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
And
yes.
When it comes to tourism affairs,
yes,
Minister Chester Cooper is the most valuable player since the Stafford Sands. God save the king.
God save the king, my Negro brother. God save the king.
323-7775 is the number to call, 698-0775. And I'm 698-0776. The Controller of Customs, we understand, is celebrating a birthday. It is kind of late, but listen.
No. Let's wish the Controller
Let's
of
do
Customs.
this. Let's do this.
Happy
Send this into the
birthday.
producer. So happy birthday goes out to the Controller of Bahamas Customs. I think his name is Ralph Monroe.
Yes.
And of course, this is coming from the entire Customs Department.
This is powerful.
We'll show a photo in a couple of seconds. Happy birthday to the Comptroller of Bahamas
Ralph
Customs.
Monroe.
Yes.
I find him to be an officer and a gentleman.
Wow.
Yeah.
Great. 323-7775 is the number to call, 698-0775. And of course, 698-0776. Welcome to Freedom March Call. You're live.
Hello?
Yes, you're live, caller.
Hello?
Go ahead, caller. You're live.
Good afternoon, Mr. Monica. This is Shanika.
Shanika, where have you been?
Mr. Monica, getting the darlings together. You know, school is closed now.
This is powerful.
Yes, sir. And they did exceptionally well. I'm very proud of them.
Well, I'm happy to hear that, and I'm proud of them as
They
well.
applied themselves, and they made me sure enough proud.
This is powerful. God
yes,
bless
sir.
them.
Mr. Monica.
Yes,
two
my dear.
things. Okay, now with the Valley Boys, with their split, right?
Okay.
I'm saying to myself, I don't like how that group that split from the original Valley Boys. I still want to hold on to their name by saying they are the Valley Boys moving forward. If you are moving forward, move forward with a new name.
Okay.
Yeah, why are you carrying them with you? You understand where I'm coming from?
Well, are you aware?
No longer with that group. The Saxons used to be with the Valley, and I think other groups, and they departed from them. They wished them farewell, and they went on, became the Saxons.
Are you aware that the matter is
profound group in this country, and they have made an indelible mark in this nation, and they are stable in this nation. So why would you want to hold on to an old name that you are no longer contributing to?
I don't know if all of your facts are correct. Are you?
No, this is my opinion. I'm not going from a factual basis.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
asking a question to you.
Okay, well, let me give you an opinion. Are you aware that the matter is currently sub judice? It's before a judge of the court.
Okay, so it's still before the court.
It is before the court, and the court is dragging itself. His Lordship.
Okay, I'll hold my comments until they come up with their outcome pertaining to the matter.
I am wondering whether or not this judge has ever been to Junkanoo. I'm wondering whether or not this judge has ever rushed in his youth. And I'm wondering if his Lordship understands the importance of the Valley Boys.
Okay.
Certainly, his Lordship should convene court before Christmas Eve and make a judgment.
Well,
but let's wait for the court, okay?
My next comment, Mr. Monka, before you go off, I just wanted to say something to spiritual advisor real quick. Mr. Advisor, you are wonderful.
Yes, ma'am, doing well.
Awesome, sir. Mr. Advisor, the gentleman that was on, I found that very disturbing that you were laughing at him. I don't know if you were laughing at him, because I said he might have had a medical problem, like he might have had a stroke.
No.
At first, I was wondering if he was drunk, and I was saying, well, I hope he was not drunk, calling on the air.
I know who he is. He's...
Oh, okay then.
Yeah, he's...
All right.
Yeah.
You all have a great day.
He was just playing. He was playing around with us. I know who it is, okay?
Okay, sir.
All right,
Thank you,
no problem. Take care. We can take a last call. Welcome to Freedom March Call. You're live. Hello? Producer, any more calls?
Well, it's 3 minutes to the...
You're the last caller. Go ahead.
Yes, I'm Miss Bain calling to tell the spiritual advisor to tell Mr. Munko he is not a PLP. And the speaker is very wrong in Parliament because she do not let the opposition have a chance to say anything.
That is not true. The opposition is allowed to speak, but they must speak in accordance with the rule. Do well, Sister Bain. You ain't saved. God save the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. God save the King. Long live Speaker Patricia DeVoe. God save an ancient Parliament. God save the King. Tomorrow, if it's God's will, we shall return, my spiritual advisor.
Absolutely.
Do well, everybody. Bahamasair on strike, strike, strike.
Thoughts, views, and comments expressed by Rodney Munker, his guests, and callers on Freedom March are not necessarily those